is yours.
Hello and welcome back to WildRift. I had a really interesting Kayle game, and it's been a while since I made a video on her, and I think she's still in a really good spot for the jungles, so I thought I'd make this quick gameplay guide here. Let's start with the build. I run attack speed boots just to give us a quick start to get a better jungle clear into Nashor's, Riftmaker for the sustain, Rabadon, Crown and Infinity Orb usually. Of course you can go like anti-heal situational, but this is my usual go-to build. And you can also go Rabadon if you want like a faster power spike, but I really like the sustain and cooldown from Riftmaker. For the runes I go for Phase Rush, giving us a reset on our abilities, and also the movement speed is pretty crazy on Kayle. And they nerfed the lethal tempo for ranged. Next I go Gathering Storm. Of course you just outscale everyone with Kayle, so that plays perfectly into it. Usually Giant Slayer. Of course, if the enemy doesn't have any tanks, you can go for the rune that executes. Then I go for the attack speed, Legend Alacrity, and lastly for the zombie ward to get even more AP, since you can have your ultimate for the defensive stats, so you don't need overgrowth as much as more AP. At the start of the game I like to ward the side I'm not starting on, and then swap back to the sweeper, especially with this build because we're running the zombie wards, so we need to clear wards to get AP. And then, as you saw there, I took like a pretty long route to avoid the bush on my red, to make sure I'm not seen walking to the golems here in case they're trapping me there. Because I've had a few games now where there was like enemy jungle and the support or someone like already waiting here, and he's here again. So it was good that I took the long way to not be seen by him. It's like better to lose your red buff there and another camp than to die, because you just have no chance at all to fight them. And then I pinged my Victor, but he's too low already from a mid lane fight. So I just abandoned my bot side jungle basically after getting the golems and go straight for his red. Unfortunately he gets a gank off on my Victor. I think he's like completely blind and didn't even see that the Pantheon was invading me. And now we see on the minimap that the Pantheon is moving towards my blue buff, so we should be fine here, taking a few camps. He will probably take a few camps from me as well, not just the blue. So I'm just gonna do that, and yeah, not really trying to get any ganks off. We just need to really farm up in the early game. That's way more important to get our scaling going. And the Pantheon is actually doing a really good job here, trying to shut me down in the early game. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, to show you how you can deal with basically the worst case scenario here for Kayle jungle. Getting matched up against an aggressive early game jungler that constantly counter jungles you and goes for ganks. Like here he gets another gank off, and there's not really anything I can do. It's not like I could counter gank there and help my top laner out. So yeah, all you want to do is get any farm you can. And in the early game it will always be like, if you're winning the early game already with Kayle jungle, then the game is insanely free and you won't need a guide on that, because you pop off insanely in the late game. And yeah, usually you're pretty weak early and just have to farm up like the first 2 items at least to have much impact. So here I was thinking about going back already, but I'm a bit scared of the Pantheon going for another counter invade here, like stealing my camps even more. And yeah, I don't really want to keep them up. Right now I know that he can't be here already, so I want to make sure to clear my camps. Avoid that he steals them again, because he also has the jungle timers from stealing them before, which makes him like maybe more interested in going for them again, seeing them respawn here. He's probably going for my red again too. And yeah, he already is. That's why I didn't went back already, because yeah, if I went back there, then he would have taken my bot side completely again now. And now I'm flashing to slow him down. I see my Kate here, so should get a shutdown on him there. Was pretty close, but yeah, I still had my ultimate. So now I know my jungle is safe and I can go for a recall, grab my attack speed boots and the part item of Nashor's, and go back to my red buff. And once we got that, we can continue clearing topside jungle. And now we don't have to really invade his jungle anymore. because we got our jungle clear back in place, like our full clear route should be spawning relatively equal now, like the bot and top side. Wolves are not here yet, but Blue and Grom should be up. And yeah, they're both spawning here now. So I attacked the Gromp on accident there. I want to start with the blue buff. And then I can collect the Gromp and blue. And then my whole jungle should respawn pretty evenly again at the same time. So I can go for a full clear after this. And basically fixed my early game where Pantheon messed with my jungle camps. So now I'll go back again to get a bit more attack speed here before the objectives spawn. And I would really like to go for Herald, but you definitely need some help on that as a Kayle. So looks like Pantheon is passing towards Drake now. He's going there down to the bot side. I was going for a gank on solo lane, but I'm thinking that the Pantheon will probably already be starting the dragon here. And yeah, big problem here is my mid laner doesn't have any pressure, so their mid laner can just keep me away from the Herald here for free. And the Victor doesn't even help me. So yeah, really badly played by the Victor here. We could have easily taken this Herald, but now I just have to I was even trying to go for the Lux here then, but Victor is really not doing anything at all. So let's slowly Trinder down here again. We definitely lost this Herald already. And yeah, looks like the Jax can help us. Got another speed up and slow the Trinder down. And we get a kill on him. And we even survive it, but yeah, the Pantheon will have the Herald now. Because I had no help at all and both enemy top lane and mid lane kept me away from getting the Herald here. Nothing more you could do there. But yeah, in usual cases, just go for the other objective. If you see enemy jungle, go for Herald, you go for the Drake if you can, and the other way around as Kayle, because you probably are not strong enough to have a good fight at this level. Unless you got like insanely strong early game and have 2 items already, then you can maybe contest it. So we need 170 more gold for our Nashers, which is the next power spike. So I'm just gonna get the golems here and then recall for the Nashers probably. At least that would be the right play. Looks like I'm trying to hover around bot lane here. I also like to go for like a recall around my teammates. See if they need anything while I'm recalling. And yeah, I think Pantheon wouldn't have gotten anything here anyway, but I was around in case they need my help. And now I can go back to my topside jungle. Mid lane dying again. Already making this game here looking pretty bad. They spawn the heralds, so I go mid lane here to help defend. Also getting some decent gold from the herald spawns here, 50 gold if you kill it. Now we should have the slow on Lux again. I flash onto her to make sure I get her. And then with the ultimate I should also be able to get the Pantheon. Now the misfortune is here, but she's focused on the Caitlyn. So I just get out towards the top lane, take some healing plants and just always keep farming everything you can. Like here the Scuttle Crab before the Trinder arrives, I can quickly grab that. And yeah, at this point the clear speed gets really fast. Here the Trinder also tries to steal my blue. I didn't have smite, but it worked out anyway. Could last hit us with the third spell. It's also an execute, really useful for objectives to last hit with smite. Deals even more damage based on low HP, so you can like smite and then third spell instantly for the biggest burst, but you have to do it really calculated, so it doesn't stop at like 90 HP when you do it on Baron or Drake. Anyway, so at this point still just keep farming everything you can. We finally got a ward for our zombie ward here. Victor almost stole it, but we got the third spell to last at it. It's a really stupid change that, or like a stupid mechanic that you have to last it to get the zombie ward stack. but it's kinda easy to do on Kayle with the auto attack reset and range. But we haven't found many wards yet, so it's not really stacked well. Should only be at 1 stack right now. But in the late game you get them pretty quickly, even if early game you don't find any wards. And sometimes you get lucky with like the vision plants and sweepers and find a lot of wards early game, and then you get like 40 to 50 AP pretty quickly for free from this room. In my opinion, it's better than getting the 300 HP from like farming the jungle for 15 minutes. Like overgrowth never, you just can't stack it faster, it's just always from clearing. And with the zombie ward you can get lucky at least and find a lot of them. So now we have enough gold for the Rift Herald, for the Rift Maker. And Pantheon is probably here on the Drake, so I just have to get out. I ping my Jax to help me with it. But yeah, we're really not getting any help from our team here. Like he's just going mid lane and now it's too late, so I just recall. And now he's actually going for it, which is like so damn stupid. But anyway, I just go back to my jungle. No way to get the help the Jax there. We get a free kill on the Misfortune, she's kinda trolling. At least enemy team has someone like that as well. But yeah, it was really hard to keep my mental here with the Victor and Jax not helping me at all on important objectives or when I'm getting invaded. But at this point, like I'm not as helpless without my team as before, because I got some decent items already. As you can see, my clear speed is pretty good. I'm just gonna push out top lane as well. And you just wanna take everything you can as Kayle. Like the gold is insane on you. So I'm gonna spawn the Scorpion here and push another wave in. Looks like Pantheon is trying to go for me. And I was kind of waiting with my ult, but then he one-shot me so quickly that I couldn't even react. But it was not very well played, like kinda bad played by me. Waiting there with my ult. But Pantheon is also really annoying against Kayle, because he can block all of your damage with his shield and you're like ranged, so it's not easy to get behind him. Pretty good pick against Kayle. But yeah, with your ult you can usually outplay it. I was just way too late with it. So my Jack's getting really unlucky here. Also just dying. So we don't really get anything. And they can push out mid lane. Maybe even go for Baron. We gotta look here. Go to defend mid lane first. The good thing about Kayle is even if you fall like behind from clearing your jungle and not getting off as many ganks, which is usually what happens with Kayle, because you're like not an early game gank champion. Here I get a decent ult in, but yeah, against Trinder it's also kind of a Kayle counter. But at least we get a kill on him. Not on the Pantheon though, pretty hard with the Yuumi. And yeah, definitely voting no on the surrender here. There's no champion that should always vote no more than Kayle. Because your late game scaling is so insane, you can win almost any game. Like with Yi, sometimes your games are just doomed. Because you don't have wave clear and if the enemy team pushes you in, there's just nothing you can do. But if you play Kayle jungle, you even have like really good wave clear, so if you manage to grab the farm that you can and should still be able to get pretty good gold lead even without getting ganks off. And then your wave clear should be good enough to stall out the game for a pretty long while. And that way you can get to the point where you can carry the game just from farming basically. So here we just keep farming everything that's spawning. Clear speed is already really insane now. And already got our Rabadon here at 30 minutes. And this combined with the Gathering Storm and Zombie Ward will give us a huge power spike in AP. So we grab the Rabadon and even more AP. I also really need a Quicksilver against the Pantheon stun mainly. But yeah, I didn't have enough gold for it completely, so I just took the more AP instead. Got another ward for the zombie ward stacked there. And now I definitely don't want to face check here, so I go the long way around. My Victor gets stunned by the Pantheon. And now I'm just trying to make sure they don't get Baron. Looks like the Trent is going over here for my team. And yeah, he already ulted. He's even getting out, man. Pretty unlucky. But we should be able to get out here too. And I'm spam pinging the Baron now, which Brand could definitely do with me. I also have a really good heal. And yeah, Caitlyn could have helped me also, but not even the Brand is coming. I mean, it was kind of risky, I guess, but I think we would have been able to, especially against Trinder without ultimate. So yeah, anyway, instead we just get the Drake here, because we can't solo the Baron, especially not low HP. And Trent is trying to defend it here. And I'm assuming he doesn't have ult still, so we should be able to fight him. And yeah, we have already really good damage. Looks like he doesn't have ult and underrated our damage. Underestimated it. So we just take the camps here while walking back. And yeah, at this point your clear speed is so fast that you can basically just drive by every camp and clear your jungle so insanely fast that you get to a full clear pretty quickly. And yeah, with a full build Kayle, you almost have a chance at winning every game. Even if you get the matchmaking special from Riot Games. Having to carry 4 apes, which is kinda what's happened here. So I'm just making sure I get full build, so I can carry them. Getting the Quicksilver now against the Pantheon, which can basically be the difference of win or lose. Like if I get stunned and killed before ult, that can lose us the game, compared to if I can remove it and still get my ult through. You will see it in a later stage of the game. I even had a clutch moment where I basically saved the game with a Quicksilver, like kinda anticipating the Pantheon stun and having the Quicksilver ready for it. So here again was another chance to go for the Baron in my opinion with the Brand. But yeah, would have been risky because the Pantheon should still have ult, so he could have jumped in there. I just want to make sure they don't get it for free. So here I kind of failed, tried to get the slow on Misfortune, but she flashed it, so I'm not catching her. Otherwise I could have like traded the mid lane turret for Baron, because Misfortune would be dead and no one would be defending mid. I could have taken the mid lane turret in a few seconds there, since I don't think there was any chance of getting the Baron contested. So Pantheon is using his ult, I change direction and see if I can have my team in mid lane. I also got enough gold for the Shattered Queen item to give me the spell shield, helping me even more against the Pantheon burst. And yeah, we're just waiting here for a good catch, and looks like the Lux is walking into it, having insane damage already now. And I'm kinda looking to get jumped on by the Pantheon here, since I do have my Quicksilver, so I already used it preemptively, because I was really expecting him to jump on me here, but he didn't. So anyway, we get our ult off here before he can stun me. Like his damage is so insane, he's pretty fat. So I just made sure to use my ult early there, so he can one-shot me. And now we have the Elder Drake. Tryndamere is split pushing, getting an inhib turret. But that's fine, because Elder Drake is way better than an inhib. And now I think I'm just gonna push the wave out here. Still don't have recall for the Shattered Queen, which is a bit questionable, but I think I just want to apply pressure here while I still have 3 people dead. See if I can get a sneak a turret. Missed my first spell here unfortunately. I think I would have killed the Misfortune if I hit. But what can I say, I'm a Yi main. Can't expect me to hit skill shots. So I'm just gonna steal everything I can here on the way, because it's just so fast. Gonna get the blue here real quick as well. Grump would be a bit overkill because they're looking for me, so I'm getting out after the blue. Pantheon already chasing me. Maybe he even saw me. Then I dealt some extra mental damage there. If he saw me take his camps after he tried to shut me down so hard in the early game. So now we have a really huge power spike, grabbing the spell shield, Crown of the Shattered Queen and also Infinity Orb, which is gonna be insane. Could have also went for like the anti-heal, but I think Infinity Orb will do more, like just for the execute before Yuumi can even heal them. And yeah, there you see it. Pantheon's really hard to deal with as Kayle, honestly. But I also shouldn't have went for that. Was looking if the Trent is trying to go for an N-tier, so I started recall, but cancelled it again because he wasn't here, and now that's the moment I was talking about with the Quicksilver. I removed the Pantheon stun and kinda baited them into the fight with it, and now we can just end the game. The Trinda's still here, and I think he still has ult, so he's just gonna kill me. But that's fine because yeah, he won't have enough time to kill the rest of my team, and they should have an easy time ending it here. So we're actually still in Emerald here, bit embarrassing, but I only played 80 games so far this season. Didn't have much time for it, and yeah, it doesn't really matter anyway. Emerald and Master to Grandmaster, it's the same everywhere. Like, maybe it's better Grandmaster and Challenger, but you need like at least 300 games to get there, at least I do, and I didn't have the time this season. So anyway, I hope you could learn something here in this Kayle jungle video. Let's check out the stats real quick. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Mother always said, subscribe to Pacquiao, and if that's done, click the bell so you don't miss any videos.